Distinguished guests, konnichiwa, namaste. It is a profound honor to be invited to the historic Raisina Dialogue here in New Delhi, a city where the world's strategic currents converge. I have long admired the deep wisdom of India, particularly the concept of the 4 stages of life, or ashrama. First is brahmacharya, the period of learning. The second, grihastha, the stage of fulfilling one's duty to families and society. Following these is vanaprastha, the forest dweller stage, where one leaves worldly affairs behind to reflect upon the soul in the quiet of the woods. Having served for 36 years in uniform as a member of the self-defense forces, followed by years in the private sector, I expected to be deep within my own forest by now, seeking a quiet life of reflection. However, in October last year, with the inauguration of the Takaichi administration, I received a call from the Prime Minister, a fellow native of my home prefecture, Nara. She told me, devote yourself once more to the public good. And so my vanaprastha has been postponed. In this era of profound global instability, what drives me is not the temptation of rest, but a single conviction. It is a belief that standing up for the peace and stability of Japan and the international community is my dharma, the moral duty I must fulfill in this time and place. Prime Minister Takaichi and I both hail from Nara, the ancient capital of Japan. In the 8th century, Nara was a final destination of the Silk Road, a cosmopolitan city where diverse civilizations resonated. The ultimate symbol of this connection is the great Buddha of Todaiji Temple. 1200 years ago, the eye-opening ceremony to breathe life into this monument was performed by Bodhisena, a high priest who traveled across the seas from India. The moment he painted the pupils of the great Buddha's eyes, the souls of Japan and India were profoundly linked. This was more than a religious rite. It was a first collective action between our nations for a shared purpose, the well-being of humanity. That spirit has flowed through a millennium and continues to pulse through our partnership today. Fast forward to the 16th century, in my home of Nara, a master swordsman named Yagyu Munenori established the philosophy of Katsuninken, the life-giving sword. He declared the art of war is not about cutting people down. It is about deterring evil. Japan's current efforts to strengthen its defense capabilities are not intended to harm anyone. They exist to deter those who would attempt to unilaterally change the status quo by force or coercion, to suppress wrongdoing and to protect the values we cherish: freedom, democracy, and a spirit of compassion for others. We strive for an international community of coexistence and co-prosperity with other countries, where every nation respects one another and grows together based on moral principles. The free and open international order that we have long relied upon is now trembling. We are not merely in a transition period. We are the witnesses and the creators of a new era. the future rests upon our shoulders. For the children of the 22nd century, Japan will be shining lighthouse for the Indo-Pacific. We will harness our comprehensive national power, diplomacy, military, economy, technology, intelligence, and human resources to not only protect our own peace, but to lead a responsible Japanese diplomacy, creating peace and prosperity. This year marks a decade since Prime Minister Shinzo Abe first proposed a vision of a free and open Indo-Pacific, or FOIP. Given the intensified geopolitical competition and the breakneck speed of innovation in AI and digital technology, it is more vital than ever for nations to enhance their autonomy and resilience. We will strategically update FOIP by strengthening economic foundations such as data infrastructure and resilience of supply chains of critical goods, creating opportunities for public-private collaboration and expanding cooperation for regional peace and stability, including through OSA, Official Security Assistance, and ODA. Let us make the Indo-Pacific strong and prosperous together. Of course, no nation can do this alone, but when countries that share values and principles join hands, the impossible becomes possible. The Quad, Japan, India, Australia, and the United States is a symbol of this unity. From maritime security to humanitarian assistance and disaster relief, we are deepening practical cooperation to realize FOIP. The origin of this unbreakable bond dates back to the 2004 Sumatra earthquake and Indian Ocean tsunami. In the face of that unprecedented disaster, our four nations formed a core group to lead the international relief effort. That spirit of mutual aid is a true foundation of what we now call FOIP. Turning our attention to the bilateral relationship between Japan and India, we find an immense and immeasurable potential waiting to be realized. And yet, I think we must honestly ask ourselves, has that potential truly been put to full use? When it comes to fostering a desirable security environment for us as allies and like-minded countries, the possibility offered by Japan-India Defense Cooperation and Defense Equipment and Technology Cooperation are, without exaggeration, incalculable. The government of Japan will further accelerate its review of the existing constraints on the transfer of defense equipment and technology. This initiative will further enhance collaboration with our allies and like-minded countries and directly contribute to the strengthening of deterrence and response capability of the region. Regarding the situation in Iran, the peace and stability of the Middle East, including energy security and maintaining the international non-proliferation regime, are of utmost importance to Japan. We will continue to make all necessary diplomatic efforts in close coordination with the international community to bring about an early settlement of the situation. I once stood up on the front lines of national defense in uniform. Today, I stand before you in suit as an special advisor to the Prime Minister. My attire has changed, but my wish remains the same: to hand over the next generation an Indo-Pacific that is guided not by power politics, but by the light of dharma, a region that is truly free and open. 1,000 years ago, wisdom traveled from India to Japan. Today, Japan and India are together sowing the seeds of hope called the free and open Indo-Pacific. I am deeply proud to walk this path into the Indo-Pacific century with all of you. It seems my return to the forest of Vanaprastha will have to wait just a little longer. Thank you very much for your attention. ありがとうございました。Dhanyawad.